All right, so let's talk about the material design. That way we are situated and understand why is it so important, especially when we talk about designing applications using Flutter. Material design is a term created, I believe, by Google developers, Google designers, which allows designers and application app builders, not just mobile builders, to design applications using some sort of framework that emulates something that is relatable directly to the real world. So the idea of material design is to mimic what a real world view or paper looks like. So the properties of paper, the way that if you put things or objects on top of each other, how the shadows work, what are the transitions that happen in real world with objects. Like if you put paper, if you throw a paper, if you touch on a paper, what happens? There's shadows, there's motion, there's so many things, right? So that's the idea here. Okay, transparency and so forth. So it's some sort of a movement, the way I understand it, a movement to revolutionize the way we portray views or we design our views in our applications so that they really mimic the real world paper or the real world objects. That way, when people are using our application, they have all those senses that we can receive in the real world sense. So, if you will, is the mimicking of real-world objects in terms of emulating emotion, motion, shadows, and so forth. And one of the definitions that I found online, it says that material design is a conceptual piece of paper on which the user interface, that's what UI stands for, appears. The user interface in our applications is some sort of an abstraction or an abstract concept, right? When users see a button, they see the feel of the application, the colors, and all sort of things. So things are very slick, as you will see later if you look at material design. The user interface have elements that are very slick. They have bold colors, great fonts, and making a statement, really. Okay, but beyond just making a statement, it's about how all of these design paradigms come together to create beautifully crafted emotion, motion, and shadows. All right, this is what Flutter is based on, and most of designing in general has been shifting towards material design. So when you hear material design, this is what it means.